In today's oncology news, we'll hear stories on ramucirumab for gastric cancer, some disappointing news for myeloma patients, and an interesting combination in melanoma. Hello and welcome to OncLive News Network. I'm Laura Jones.
And I'm Tara Petersen.
The FDA has approved the combination of ramucirumab and paclitaxel for use in patients with previously treated advanced gastric or GE junction cancer. This on the heels of an approval last April for the same indication as monotherapy after failure on chemotherapy. Data supporting the approval came from the Phase 3 Rainbow trial, in which treatment with ramucirumab plus paclitaxel improved overall survival by 2.3 months when compared with paclitaxel plus placebo. The median overall survival for ramucirumab and paclitaxel was 9.6 months compared with 7.4 months for paclitaxel alone. According to Dr. Alan Vanook, professor of medical oncology and translational research at UCSF, the expanded indication came as no surprise to many in the field, as the combination made the most sense in this setting.
In disappointing news for multiple myeloma patients, ODAC voted 5-2 against accelerated approval of panobinostat in combination with bortezomib and dexamethasone. Described as a very difficult decision, members of the advisory committee indicated that the progression-free survival benefit seen with panobinostat does not outweigh the toxicity risks. In the Panorama Phase 3 clinical trial, which enrolled patients with relapsed or refractory disease, the addition of panobinostat prolonged progression-free survival by almost 4 months, compared with bortezomib and dexamethasone alone. However, an independent FDA review found panobinostat was associated with a 2.2-month improvement in progression-free survival. Grade 3 and 4 adverse events were reported in 96% of patients who were treated with panobinostat, compared with 82% with placebo. The most common toxicities with panobinostat were thrombocytopenia, diarrhea, and fatigue. Given ODAC's recommendation, it is unlikely that the FDA will approve panobinostat. The good news for patients is that there are several new drugs in the pipeline for myeloma, including other HDAC inhibitors, which will hopefully have better efficacy and less toxicity.
And good news for men with advanced prostate cancer. Access to radium-223 has been restored following a temporary suspension in production by Bayer Healthcare Pharmaceuticals. The FDA reported a shortage of the novel radiopharmaceutical on October the 7th. The drug has an 11-day half-life and a 28-day shelf life. Therefore, the available supply ran out quickly. Manufacturing of radium-223 was suspended when some small fibrous particles were found in some of the vials. Bayer has since worked with the FDA to put a filtering process in place for preparing patient-ready dose syringes. Bayer noted that this step will not alter the therapeutic profile.
A new paper published in JAMA showed that the addition of the granulocyte macrophage stimulating factor, sagramastim, to ipilimumab prolonged overall survival by nearly 5 months and lowered toxicity for patients with unresectable stage 3 or 4 melanoma. In the Phase 2 trial, treatment with the combination of ipilimumab and sagramastim demonstrated a 1-year survival rate of 70% compared with 53% with ipilimumab monotherapy. In addition, 45% of patients in the combination arm experienced a grade 3 or higher event compared with 58% with ipilimumab alone. However, the study did not demonstrate a statistically significant difference in progression-free survival. The findings require confirmation in larger studies with longer follow-up.
Finally, Dendreon announced that it had filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Despite this decision, the company announced that Sapulacel-T would remain available. To restructure, Dendreon announced that it had reached an agreement that will allow the company to conduct a court-supervised sales process for its assets for no less than $275 million. The company noted that it would sell its assets to a party that would continue producing and providing Sapulacel-T. Thanks so much for watching OncLive News Network. I'm Laura Jones.
And I'm Tara Petersen.
We'll see you next time.